Alright, go ahead.
Thank foremost, we'd like to give all praises and glory unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Kodash. We'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who well, who teach us this truth through the Spirit and power, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai. And peace and salutation to the Akim, them only pushing the gospel in sincerity and truth. You know, there is Trinidad camp, you know, there's come to do all critical edification, to edify the elect, to fish for the elect. You know? We wanna deal with, you know, a lot of people, you know, they don't love the Lord, right? They hate the Most High, right? And they believe, you know, that these, you know, these things, the so-called white man bringing forth, you know, they look at that as life, the way of life, you know, that he had a cure, right? But he is death, right? He is death. Right? He is not the way of life. Your Basham Yashai says, seek me and let the game have precept in Amos 5 and that verse 4. So a lot of them put a trust, you know, in the enemy. Right?
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 4.
Yeah, okay.
So like verse 3. Start at 4.
Start at 4.
For thus saith the Lord unto the house of Israel, seek ye me, and ye shall live.
Yeah, so the Most High say what? Seek ye me and live. But the scripture says in Psalms, that the Lord belongeth to you from death. Right? He determined whether I live or whether you fall asleep, whether you die. Is the Lord control that? You know, not these nations, not the so-called white man, and not this poison they want to inject in you. Right? The Lord says, seek him. Right? And live. Right? There. From out of verse 14.
Verse 14. Seek good and not evil, that ye may live. And so the Lord, the power of hosts, shall be with you as ye have spoken.
Yeah, so we say that. Seek what?
Seek good.
Seek good. And live. Right? That the scripture say in 2nd Ezra, right? For the Lord hath given straight commandments, to such as came, what we should do to live and what we should do to avoid punishment. Right? Read it over.
Seek good and not evil,
Yeah.
that ye may live.
Seek good. Remember the old way. Where is the good way? Which is coming back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? Because what John say, you know, for sin is the transgression of the law. Right? And this is how we just be evil by the transgression of the law. By not doing the things the Heavenly Father say to do. Right? So the Lord says, seek him, seek the scriptures, seek his word. Right?
In Sirach chapter 19, verse 19, it says, the knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
The doctrine of life. Daily truth here. Daily life here.
I go back to the point there saying where the Lord will belong with issue from death.
Yeah.
There's nothing that Esau Young could give you are going to preserve your life. Because if you are dead tomorrow, you're going to die tomorrow. There's no medicine or no magical cure that can stop you from getting put to death. And to prove it, you have a lot of people that double dose, triple dose, and they still dropping down. You know, you have people like young like me dropping down from it, and then you have people who old getting it and healing from it. It proves that the Lord is the one that casting out that judgment. So no matter what you do, you can't run from the Lord.
Yeah. Right? So a lot of them, you know, they say, you know, we love the Lord. You know, we his followers, you know, And the so-called Christ, you know, who the world ignorantly call Jesus Christ, which is true name is Yahweh Shai. And the Heavenly Father name is Yahweh. Right? So they say they're a follower of Christ. But guess what? They don't do nothing. You know? They don't walk like the Messiah to keep the commandment, because he keep the commandments. Right? They follow all these pagan traditions, all these things, you know, making a covenant with death and hell with the so-called white man to take his poison. Right? Just say hate the evil. Right? But guess what? 2/3 of our people there, the mind gone. Right? They despise the law, statutes, and commandments. They turn from the Heavenly Father. You know, and they know God going to bring great judgments upon them. Right? Right.
In the book of Romans, chapter 2, chapter 17, it says, Behold, thou art called a Jew, and resteth in the law, and maketh thy boast of Yahweh. Okay, yeah, a lot of them say, Lord know my heart, and the Lord is with me, my strong tower. You living in iniquity and making an effort to please the Lord. But for some reason you believe that he's your strong tower and will come to your aid no matter what. Yeah. So they commit iniquity, and yet they still boast about the Lord will protect them in these last days and preserve them.
Hey, that's why the scripture say, now everybody that say, Lord, Lord, gonna be saved. Right? If you can get one piece of me quickly, Proverbs 28 verse 9. Yeah. So a lot of them, you know, they want to say that they love the Lord, but they do nothing. Right? To please Yahweh Shem Yoshai. And to please him by what? Taking instructions. Right?
Book of Proverbs chapter 28 verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination.
Yes, when scripture say he that turn away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer is abomination. Hey, the Most High want to hear you all. What you all just do for the Heavenly Father? But what the Lord to do for you? It don't work so. Right? Hey, Yahweh Shem Yoshai is of balance. Right? And what you all doing this, you know, you want to continue doing all your wickedness. And then, you know, you pray to the Most High and feel, you know, all well and good. Hey, the Most High say he hated sinners. Right? He hated not sinners.
I just show them the until they won't understand them, because you can't find nobody in the Bible that's break the law, statutes, and commandments willingly all the time 100% and ain't seeking for no mercy or forgiveness and still coming with a proud spirit. You gotta watch how Yahweh Shai live. And he's a perfect example. Watch Job. When Job was getting chastised and retaining integrity. A lot of you people, you just want to do what you want and expect to receive all things. But you ain't greater than our Lord Yahweh Shai. So what's why Yahweh Shai to receive all glory and dominion? Yeah, you gotta get put to death. And so what makes you think that you will enter into the kingdom by doing absolutely nothing?
They can show, you know, Jake don't put a trust in your Shem Yoshai, they're faithless. They have no faith. You know, they can't go through that tribulation. You know, they always want, you know, prosperity. You know, but they don't want to suffer for it, you know. They want to suffer for it. You know? And they say, hey, there's how the devil, there's how the so-called white man gonna catch them. You know, these are the traps, these are the nests you're gonna set out and you're gonna catch them. Right? When these evils come. Right? Because guess what? Right? When lack of bread and lack of food and no work in Egypt, right? And the only way to get work is to receive man or to take the job. Jake's gonna run for that. Jake's gonna take it.
There's nothing new. Even you know you listen to these Jakes and hear the things that they say. Some of them don't say, well, you go starve, you gotta take the job. You gotta eat.
You have to
the
eat.
family to survive. Right? Gotta live. And that is the whole problem. You rather forfeit your life. So what man will give for his soul? You giving up your soul. You understand? For bread. That show them no greater than Esau Edom. You understand?
Yeah.
Sell this to you. Sell your birthright. Apostle and me. That the mentality are these two turns out here.
Yeah. Jake say want to turn from the wickedness to turn back to the true power. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. They want to do that. They want to continue in wickedness. Right? All these things we Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Yeah. And let's see that in second Ezra. Yes, second Ezra.
Second Ezra.
For all these forges and men, I think there. Second Ezra 16, and 18.
Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 18. 15 and 18.
Yeah. Nah, 16. Black one.
Verse 15. 16 verse Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 18. I am to show you that the Spirit done us on hope. I say we are bring on this in the same chapter. Say the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Yeah, what are they going to do when these evil come? What are they going to do? Because the gods all they worship, we can't deliver all in that day. Right? All the sorcery, all the magic, hey, it's not going to deliver all here. Because all they call it trust in dead gods, vain things, things that don't have life. They all they worship. Right?
They will see through that it was really Lord, like all that Obia thing. It was really the Lord controlling them spirits. So coming up in these last days, when you try to perform your rituals and whatever, it's not gonna work. Because the Lord ain't gonna cause it to work anymore for you. And it will be either or, either you're on the side of your house by Hashem Yahushai, or you will be so either. See, the old famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Yeah, all these things they the most high doing you jakes. Right? They turn all from all your wickedness. So all is still gonna continue like you just said.
But for all these things,
Everything's like like the death. I want to see when they're gonna death. Any day of famine. All the death. And pass their life. Conquer from it.
the old famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
Yeah, for all these things, they're not going to turn from the wickedness. And they say, show, hey, Jake rebellious, Jake stiff-naked. That's why the scriptures call them sottish children, foolish, senseless, the dotish.
Because what how much things Yahushua get put to death for we sins. We went into slavery. All sorts of judgment the Lord placed on us by way of the curses. And to this day, you people still following after idols. Even looking at when the Lord delivered them out of the hands of Pharaoh in the wilderness. Even after seeing them miraculous delivering, where the Lord used Moses and to part the Red Sea. Even after seeing that, you Jake still didn't believe and was still questioning the Lord. You understand? They even coming out of the wilderness when Moses went up on Mount Sinai. By the time he went up and come back down, you people was already led into idolatry. So that's to show you no matter what, Israel will always be wicked on this side. Right? And that's to show you that the Lord gonna have to intervene. And that's why he said he's gonna put the laws in what parts. Right?
Revelation 9.
Finish up on this one.
That. You finish up on Revelation. Yeah. Because say for all these things they shall not turn from the wickedness, nor be always mindful. Right? Jacob consider nothing, you know. Right? Jacob consider. You know. They need to know the power. They just show how foolish they. You know, they're worshipping a God that don't even belong to them. Right? The so-called white man died for you. Right? They say that, you know, hey, the white man gonna come back and save you. They the man who had you in slavery. They the man who torment, you know, and deal with you brutal. Right?
I just show you how they're blind too, because you watch the history of the so-called white man, all the things that he did, not just unto the so-called blacks, but unto the Native Americans as well. He dealt treacherously with them. Thing I am. Isaiah chapter 33 verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, then shalt thou be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to thee treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Because the Native Americans wanted peace with Columbus and them, and what he do? He rape, rob, and murder them. He take their land, put them in slavery. All sorts of diseases he brings for them.
And then the we do. He set up camp. Right? He set up camp. He started a bill, and guess what? Force the laws upon them. Right? And he slay them. Right? And then the same man, you all want to call it trust in, that he have a cure. Right?
Revelation chapter 9 verse 20. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils, and idols of gold, and silver, and brass, and stone, and of wood, which neither can see, nor hear, nor walk, right? Neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts.
Yeah. So-called white man, they repent. Jake too. Jake had turned from the wickedness, right? And they were the Lord what? But Jake said turn back to him, right? I should have said there Isaiah 11. Yeah. Jake said wanna turn back. Right? Jake got the glory, but they want to work faith. All of them want to go to heaven, but none of them want to die. You know? Can.
Isaiah chapter 55 verse 7. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon.
Yeah, for the Lord to have mercy upon him. And they just show you, how just your Basham Yeshai is. You know, none of we worthy unto the kingdom. But they just show you love and the mercy of Basham Yeshai for me that he gave the only begotten son, right, to die for you Jakes, you wicked ass Jakes. And yet you're crucifying him again. After all these things, all you do, we die for. All you continuing to do it. Continually. Right? And the scripture says, not because grace abound, all you're going to continue in sin. Your Basham Yeshai forbid that. Right? And you all take this as, as a game. You run to do all your wickedness. And then come, forgive man, all you're going to do the same thing again. And make it a routine, a practice. Right? Because I see people that do in Christianity. They're going out for carnival, they revel. They do all kind of sorcery, all kind of witchcraft, all kind of thing. And then boom, they go in and get the dust on the forehead Ash Wednesday to ask for forgiveness. And then the next year come for carnival again, they're going to do the same thing again. Over and over.
It don't even make sense. Why would you get something that you don't deserve? You understand? If you are playing, like physical exercise, you can expect to get a six-pack if you are training and following a proper diet. You can't just lie down and expect to get a six-pack or expect to get stronger, however. It's the same thing with the Lord. Yeah, you gotta put in work. And that's a good point to bring up because that is Christianity for real. They just want to do what they want and receive blessing. You could do whatever you please. To the point where they say, if you're part of that LGBT African community, the Lord still loves you. No matter what you do, the Lord still loves you. And your sins forgiven. And the scripture saying Romans 6. Romans chapter 6 verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Yahweh forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? Because not because it has grace out here, you feel you could do as you please. But that way Yahweh shine for it. So we not able to keep the laws perfectly. That is what Yahweh shine is. He's that backup plan for lack of better words. That if you do fall short, you'll fall on your Hawashai. It's not get out of jail free card to where I can do what I want and receive no repercussion. Because even us, we striving to please Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But even we still have to pay for the things that we did. Because that true balance. Our false balance, our abomination. So yeah, we paid for the things that we did. But the scripture said the Lord wouldn't forget your labor and love. So even though we paid for all our judge, all the sins that we committed, in the end, Lord willing, we are elect, we would receive that glory and immortality.
Receive mercy for the Lord to show you mercy for the things we do. And that's why King David, he always pray and say, he acknowledge the transgression. And guess what? King David sinned. But guess what? Never turn from his power. Always seek his power, his God for forgiveness. Right? And that's why I say, your Basham Yeshai say, he find David a man of his own heart. Right? And they just show you the mercy. David come and cry worthy unto them. Right? But he always turn to his power for forgiveness. Right? And you are showing mercy. And they will be hoping for. for Yahweh Hashem Yoshai to show mercy unto Amalek. That we can be delivered. You know, and see the salvation of the Lord. To see the fall of our enemies. Esau, Edom, and these Edom nations. You know?
The book of Romans chapter 6 verse 23. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of Yahweh is eternal life through Yahweh Shai Mashiach our Lord. Huh? So basically that's what we are saying. We can't keep the law perfectly. If we could have keep it perfectly, then we wouldn't be here right now. We wouldn't be out on the streets preaching. If we could have keep the law perfectly, everything would already be in order. But the fact of the matter is, we can't keep it perfectly. We fall short of the glory. And then that's why Yahweh Shai, you know, that way Yahweh, for Yahweh so loved the world, and he gave up his only begotten Son, and whosoever believeth on him should not perish but have everlasting life. So it says the wages of sin is death, but the gift of Yahweh is eternal life. But in Yahweh Shai you will find life. Because in Yahweh Shai you will find mercy.
Can. You know, and days where the elect seeking for to obtain mercy. You know that the Lord, you know, He gotta judge me, you know, He judge me in kindness and mercy. Right?
That just show how they're prideful too, because they will be committing iniquity and still saying, I in the kingdom, you know, I saved. If you actually knew that the wages, for whosoever sin transgressed the law and the wages of sin is death, you would know that all of us worthy unto death. And we ain't looking to be gods like that. That's not the first thing. We try to obtain mercy. But we know that we don't deserve to be included in the kingdom of heaven. We don't deserve to have dominion and power over all things because we went against Yahweh countless times. So we trying to get mercy first and forgiveness. So two-thirds, instead of trying to seek mercy, you being boastful and prideful. And say that you don't need the kingdom. Like if you don't send them, the man say if you go to heaven and you find me there, then you have gone to hell. You understand? That is the mentality. And the so-called black, Hispanic and Native American two-thirds. Okay, Ezekiel chapter 14 verse 4. Therefore speak unto them and say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, every man of the house of Israel that setteth up his idols in his heart, and putteth the stumbling block of his iniquity before his face, and cometh to the prophet, I the Lord will answer him that cometh according to the multitude of his idols, that I may take the house of Israel in their own heart, because they are all estranged from me through their idols. Therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord power, repent, and turn yourselves from your idols, and turn away your faces from all your abominations.
And the key word what he said, God said they repent. Jakes don't want to repent. Right? Jakes want to continue in idolatry and wickedness, in sorcery. You know, committing adultery is good to them. As the scripture says, you know that precept. We say, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. Right? Jake just called that good.
That's answer.
Yeah, that's a pips to them, you know. That's showing you, you know, you're a macho man, you're a star, you know, you're a shutter, you know, you're a player.
You listen to
By
them.
dealing with an man wife.
You listen to them music. The majority of times they're always talking about taking someone's girl. Or I do the girl, I will take the girl and things. That's all they just sing about. That's everything that wicked, Jake like. So you're going after the devil. Because Esau was created to be opposite of righteousness. You understand? That is Esau image basically. To be a deceiver, a liar, a murderer. Esau can't find peace. Esau don't know how to create peace. That's why the world like this today. It's full of destruction, famine, hell, peril. Because Esau, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
Full of corruption.
Esau don't know what is peace. Esau ever since America established, they never been in peace. Always in war. You understand? And Israel, you going after that. So you're gonna, it's basically like you transform it into that man. Because everything wicked. You do it.
Because they just join hands in hand with them. All they're gonna fall alongside all your slave master, alongside Esau Edom.
Yeah, them is their favorite meat. It's like wild meat. I can't live without no pork and all them kind of things. Everything wicked. You love.
And they just show you Jake's gonna die.
Yeah.
And the so-called white man that spoiled all you, gonna die. All these things, all these crimes, all these things, you gotta pay for that. Right? So as the brother was saying, you know, with these Jakes, you know, that make these things the profession, this, you know, that love to commit adultery, and feel, well, you know, it's not gonna happen to them. Guess what? What next thing coming? You know, himself, you know, he didn't see that, you know, the wicked perishing, you know, and the prolonging the life, and, you know, hey, is the Lord, you know, building up, pay them something special, to deal with them something special, you know, piling it up for them, and then he's going to take them, right? Maybe I have to fix it to me, 23, and then 17. Players, you warmongers, you adulterers,
17.
can.
Sirach chapter 23 verse 17. All bread is sweeter, whoremonger. He will not leave off till he die.
Yeah, you ain't going to give up till you get through. You know, you just speak lies and all kind of things that's against. You're going to do that, right?
The man that breaketh wedlock, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me? I am compassed about with darkness. The walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins.
Yeah, so if you feel that, you know, you're going in some kind of secret hole, or some kind of, somewhere far, countryside, somewhere in an abandoned house, somewhere, you know, to go and do evil, to commit adultery, and feel that, you know, the walls cover him, that no man save. The Most High, what the Most High say? You what say?
See, such a man, when he fear the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret paths.
Yeah, so hey, you feel you can really hide from a man who eyes 10,000 times brighter than the sun? What when you come shining in the firmament? Watch how bright it will be. You can't even watch the sun, because your eye gonna spring water like you'll get blind. Right? So imagine a man who eyes 10,000 times brighter than that. And guess what? You can't hide from the Lord, because the Lord he eyes out there. The angels them out there. Prophets them out there. All them his eyes are your basham, your shine. Right? Right?
He knew all things ere ever they were created. So also after they were perfected, he looked upon them all.
Yeah, so you wanna feel you could hide from a man who created all things, who created you. You are part of his creation. Right? You feel you could hide from a man like that?
But I them doubting the power of the Lord too. So let them understand how truly powerful Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is. If you take a being that pre-exists time, you understand? Like your mortal mind when you be able to fathom something how you can exist before time. And where it was existing.
That's why the Lord said, my ways are not all the ways, and my thoughts are not all the thoughts.
You take a being like that created another being, our Lord Yahushai, and all power and rulership and dominion, all things were made by him and for him. He then proceeded to create more spirits, the first fruits, which is the governing body, and then they proceeded to create all things. You really think that you could hide from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai? And you not have the ability to create reality and bring forth life. You think that some walls and in the darkness, or you know, nobody has seen it, you really think you can hide from the Most High? See, you can hide from other mortal men, but you can't hide from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You don't see everything you people do. It said, this man shall be punished in the streets of the city, and where he suspected not, he shall be taken.
Yeah, where he suspected not, he shall be taken. We see the judgment of the Lord upon the face of the earth right now. You know, a lot of deaths, right? You know, and a lot of them getting judged. And they ain't looking outside, they ain't know when it's gonna come. Right? You get up in the morning, you know, maybe you are going to work, the kids, the wife. You go to work on the highway, accident. You know, they ain't looking out to say, you know, they ain't going and come back home when they leave home. Right? The Lord judge their ass when they least expect it, they ain't looking fake. Right? So if they feel they're gonna get away, they ain't getting away.
Look at Psalms chapter 73. It said, truly Yahweh is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their debt, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly. Concerning oppression, they speak loftily. Therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. And they say, how doth Yahweh know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? So, you know, back to where I was saying, they're thinking that they will get away and that the Lord ain't coming. Because he's saying he was envious of the wicked. Because it seems as if the unrighteous are the ones that prospering, while the ones that seeking after Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh shall receive, you know, all the pain. You understand? Verse 12, it says, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world, they increase in riches. So you know, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. They are the fatness of the earth, all the resources. And hey, we living like slaves upon the earth. You know, restricted, but they could go wherever they please. You understand? They up in the sky and the place depths. They control all things in order for you to go from one country to the next. You have a passport and a visa. To drive, you have a license, good paper, ID. You understand? They rule nobody else. Like for example, you on your job, they just say again 60 hours, you know, me again minimum wage. But your pay is a very, very small percentage, and the whole earnings are whatever company you're working for. So even them famous basketballers and athletes, they ain't rich compared to the elites and Esau Edom, or they're poor. You understand? Really and truly. So Esau Edom now had the whole world under control. It says, verily I have cleansed my heart in vain, and washed my hands in innocency. For all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning. So hey, here you are trying to worship the Lord and His Son, you know, keep the Lord's statutes and commandments and do the right thing. Yet you get chastised every morning, you getting plagued, you understand? You always going through some sort of distress. So if I say I will speak thus, behold, I shall offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to notice, it was too painful for me, right? Because it seemed painful, you understand? Like, yeah, I was trying my best to do the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And it's like, I still get in plague, you understand? I still, all these different things happening to me on a physical, mental, spiritual level. Whereas the person who committed adultery and goes about it, they become like he living free. Nothing happening to him. How much time he do it over and over again and nothing happening to him. You see, until I went into the sanctuary of Yahweh, then understood I their end. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places, thou castest them down into destruction. So you know, like you see you walking on a puddle or something, you don't know when you're gonna slip and fall. You'll be walking minding your business and then you end up on the ground. That is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. When they shall say peace and safety, sudden destruction shall befall them. And that is the end of the wicked. They ain't gonna prosper forever. The end of the wicked is death and destruction.
So we can feel, the going and get away scot-free. As scripture say, a sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. So they continue doing wickedness, and feel that, nothing gonna happen. Yeah, after preacher for me in 2 Maccabees 6. All these things, where you are Basham Yeshai bringing forth a true judgment, a righteous judgment. Right, and not to be, I talking, it's about elect, to hold strong in your Basham Yeshai. When these temptation come, hold your integrity towards your Basham Yeshai. Despite not the chastising of your Basham Yeshai. 2 Maccabees 6. Start at 12.
2 Maccabees chapter 6 verse 12. Now I beseech those that read this book that they be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction, but for a chastening of our nation. For it is a token of his great goodness when wicked doers are not suffer any long time, but forthwith punished. For not as with other nations, whom the Lord patiently forbear to punish, till they come to the fullness of their sins, so dealeth he with us.
Yes, we see. Till they become the fullness of their sins. Hey, the fullness of the sins reach, and the scripture say in Revelation, for sins have reached unto heaven. For sins have reached unto heaven. And the Most High had to remember her iniquity, remember her wickedness. Yeah. So hey, when the wicked feel like game is scot-free, no, they game is scot-free. Right? It's building up till the fullness of the punishment. And the Lord don't have a missile with a name on it. He don't have an ICBM with a name on it. They were going to be burned up in the lake of fire. Right? It's these missiles they're talking about. The ICBM. Right? Power the radiation. Right?
Because Sirach chapter 39 verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, and yet their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Yeah.
Right? So that just show you it's not God versus Satan and say when anything bad happens it's Satan, when anything good happens it's the Lord. The Lord is the author of good and he's the author of evil. He controls both sides. So all these spirits are created for vengeance. Verse 29 it says, fire and hail and famine and death, all these things were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. That is Yahweh Shai. And that is your reward. He said he come back here and every man according to their works. And he said you shall know them by their fruits. So how you know a mango tree? You have mangoes, a plum, you have plums. So a righteous man will bring forth unrighteous fruit. Same like a righteous man will bring forth righteous fruit. So when Yahweh Shai return, you're going to know who's righteous and you're going to know who is unrighteous.
Scripture says second entrance. We know Yahweh Shai know all of them that sin against him. And therefore he deliver them unto death and destruction. Hey, the same thing they despise, the same thing they're going to get judged on. They despise the law, statutes, and commandments. Where do you think they're going to get judged? By the same law. When they despise, they say they hate. They reject. That's why the scripture says the same must know it after death by pain. Right? That's how they're going to know it. By pain. Because they turn from it. Jacob always was, they want a life to go good. But Why we suffering so? Why we can't think? Why we can't prosper? What you doing? What you doing towards the Lord for you to prosper? You ain't doing nothing. But you just so. You don't want to do nothing for it, and that's why you just so. It's not gonna come just so. Right there, Yahushua went through it. We ain't greater than our Maker, we ain't greater than Yahweh Shem Yoshai. That we ain't have to go through it, that we're gonna just receive it just so. And our Lord suffer. So we ain't gonna suffer too. We ain't greater than our power. We gotta go through this.
Point you bring all day with your saying they wanna work hard. Even plenty of them that do work hard, they're working hard towards the wrong thing. They're working hard to commit iniquity. Like you put your all into something like exercising physically. The scripture says for bodily exercise profited little. So they put in all the strength in the carnal things, like money and women and popularity and fame. All are gonna be done away with. Whatever you're working for, going to be done away with on this sun. The scripture says in the book of Matthew chapter 6 verse 19, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, when moth and rust do corrupt, and when thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, and when thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So you can give out your whole life, right? For a house and a car and land and thing, and then you're gonna die eventually. Then when you die, somebody else gonna enjoy it. That don't make sense.
Why only wanna live for something that temporal? That's something that you all can enjoy. Right? Only can enjoy these things because these things are temporal. That way people can lay up in treasures in heaven, which is immortal. Right? Your house is not gonna get moss and rust on the other side of the kingdom of heaven. You think we're not these things? We gotta burglar proof your windows and your doors. There are no thieves and robbers gonna be there that you can't leave your house open. See how that?
They go spend 5,000 on a shoe and 10,000 on a gold chain. For what? They're not gonna take that with you on the other side. Right? That same $5,000 shoe, they're gonna moth and rust, you understand? They're gonna front might bust out and bottom might go bust out and things. But you lay your treasures until heaven, right? When you say where your treasure is, there your heart also. If your heart is still Yahweh Shem Yoshai, seeking after mercy, seeking after glory and immortality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would hate the evil. If they believe in Yahweh Shem Yoshai. Yeah. The Psalm 97:10.
Psalm chapter 97 verse 10. He that loveth the Lord hate evil. He preserveth the souls of his saints. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked.
Yeah, so he that loved the Lord hated evil. So if you only love your Basha Mashai, why would he hate this? Why would he hate evil? Why would he hate the wickedness all it do? Things of this world. It's enmity with your Basha Mashai. Right? All would hate these things. But they say surely have no love for your Basha Mashai. The way scripture says in John. Right? And this is love. That we walk after the commandments. Right? Yeah, with the one verse 1.
Yeah. Look at James chapter 4 verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh.
Yeah. But you JK, you all hate this place. You all love this place. You all love this world. Right?
there's a contradiction. If you can't serve two masters, you can't go after Esau Edom and go after the Lord. They contradict. Now you can't love everything. Yeah. Same way they say Yahweh is all love. It's impossible for him to be all love. Yeah, it had a balance. You can't love everything because if you love the Lord, you will have to hate the world. You have to hate sin, you have to hate Esau Edom. You will hate the things that are contrary to the Lord. And if you love Esau Edom, then you would hate Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Why? Because Esau tell you that you could be a fornicator, you could be an adulterer, an idolater, you could steal, you could kill, you could do whatever you please. And then the Lord tell you different. The Lord gives you laws, statutes and commandments. Like Deuteronomy 4 and 5. Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nation, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. You understand? Hey, this wisdom, as it said in the original commandments, that you know this is doctrinal line. These laws were given unto us to govern us and that show us how to live.
And you know, in these times, as Peter said, Isaiah, you know, for wisdom and knowledge shall be our stability in these times, right? So hey, the knowledge, you know, the understanding, you know, the scriptures, you know, it comforts us. You know, if you don't know it, to seek your passion inside, right? It's fear and trembling, right? Because as Scripture says, the Lord cares for the elect. You know, and the Lord says He's going to deliver them your what temptation. They don't put the trust in Him, right? So we know, you know, in this time, you know, it's to try upon our power, but we need our power. We can't deliver ourselves, right? We need our God. Right? You know, as a lot of Christianity, they like to say, you know, God help them who help themselves. Right? If we can help ourselves, then where is the purpose of our God? If we can help we oneself, we need a power. A man going is of your bash from your shine. Right? As King David said, you know, who gonna deliver we out of the hand that is too strong for thee? Right? We can't deliver ourselves from his son, the hands of the wicked. That is the Most High sword. The Lord created. That is the Most High sword. So you only want to deliver we, which is your bash of your shine, because that is his sword, that is his weapons. Right? Did not the Lord send them against we? Yeah? So if only he can deliver we, he can't deliver himself.
No new thing under the sun, but even when we was under the hands of Pharaoh, we could not deliver ourselves either. It's the Lord had to intervene. So it's nothing different. You can't deliver yourself out of the hands of Esau. So you come in with guns, you have nothing that we could have, that we have, that could take down Esau. The weaponry that they have, you understand? Remember, as you say, the Lord inspired them, the Lord created all the scientists and things to make that. You can't come against that.
When the Lord created the smith, the Lord created the smith, he created the scientists.
He saw the mother move. Then all you just click a button, and at the end of it, you can't fight against it, so you know. That is why we need Yahweh Shai. We need Yahweh Shai. Yeah. And they say the Lord help those who help themselves. How you going to help yourself in farming? When you have no work in Egypt, you have no source of income, no way to get food. Right? It's not to say I will take my pay and I will have nothing like that. Where you going and get something? Gonna help them.
Yeah. We're gonna shield you, we're gonna hide you. And these storms, if you have precept Isaiah 4:14. Right? As Job, as Ezra's, they say, woe is me, woe is me. Who's gonna deliver me in those days? Right?
14.
Isaiah 54.
Book of Isaiah chapter 54 verse 14. In righteousness shall thou be established. Thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear.
No, it's not that. We're going to precept after that. We precept to Zephaniah.
Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 3. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have brought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
Yeah. Seek righteousness. Right? That it's gonna be a good. You're gonna benefit. You're gonna benefit from that. That's why the scripture says we're not gonna forget all the labors of love which all they had shown to what is name. Right? So store up all the righteousness. It's gonna benefit all in the long run. Because we are the night. Right? The scripture says for everything that had a beginning, it had an end. And the end is being manifest. Right? You back over that precept again?
Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have brought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
Yeah. Well, they're going to be hid. They're going to be hid. They that put the trust in your Bashem Yashai, they're going to be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. Because they know the Lord terrible. Right? The Lord is that terrible. He's a man of war. Right? Yeah, it would be Isaiah 54, 41.
Isaiah chapter 54 verse 14. In righteousness shall thou be established. Thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee.
Yeah. Right? So by seeking after righteousness, right? After life, be seeking after life, which is the righteousness of your Bashem Yashai. Right? You can read it back again. No, they want to have a previous precept.
Say, in righteousness shall thou be established.
In righteousness, thou shalt be established. And things we'll be looking for to be established. Right?
Thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear.
Yeah, and the Lord say, my servant shall eat. Alright, can, yeah.
No?
Can.
For thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee. Book of Isaiah chapter 65, start at 11. Say, but ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer.
Yeah, and he called being called right now. You know, the prophets out there, the men of the Lord out there. You know, he's speaking. You know, for you wicked ass Israelites to turn back from all their power. You know, and none of all they could say, all they never hear this word. This word there, to the four corners of the earth. Right?
Yeah, I can bear witness. All we can bear witness. They talk to them, and they ask them who you are part of. And they say Israelites, Hebrew Israelites. There is no. They doesn't even gotta break it down to them anymore. They just know what it's all about. You understand? They know the doctrine. They know we coming out of the Bible. They know we preaching the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. They know. Hey, even if they don't know GMS, they know some camp. They know the groundwork of the doctrine then. To fear the Lord and repent and turn back to the Lord's statutes and commandments. All of them know. So in that day, no, not gonna have anybody that say, well, I never hear.
There's no excuse.
I tell on YouTube one thing and I go through like subscribers and things. Like brethren from all over. You understand? From everywhere you can think of.
Even in Alaska.
Can.
Right in Alaska. This word out there. Right.
So therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, he did not answer. When I spake, he did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
Yeah. So we're not reading Isaiah 54, you know. We're going to establish in righteousness. And we're going to be far from oppression when these times come. We're going to be far from that. Because the silver, right? Yahweh Hashem shall put a trust in him. Right? We got Sirach 34:16.
Sirach chapter 34 verse 16. For the eyes of the Lord are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong stay, a defense from heat, and a cover from the sun at noon, a preservation from stumbling, and an help from falling.
Yes, so he is their mighty protection when these evils come. Right? So for the eyes of Yahweh Hashem are upon them that love him. So to love the Lord is to seek after righteousness. They is to show you love the Lord. Right? By seeking after righteousness.
Isaiah chapter 65 verse 14. It says, behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And like to show that howl for vexation of spirit. They will be calling upon the Lord in the last days. Nothing will be happening. No sort of salvation, no sort of protection, no ease up from this peril. You look to your government and you will find no assistance. You understand? In time of famine and death and peril, you will find no assistance. You will shall be needed to do everything. Say verse 15. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord power shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. Say, the Lord come back to slay Esau, Edom, he come back to slay the heathens. The Lord come back to slay the tutors of our people as well, and follow after Esau, Edom. Solomon chapter 3 verse 9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect.
Yes, so grace and mercy is to the saints, the elect. Israel, not you heathen nations, not the so-called white man. Right? So grace and mercy is for his saints. Lord cares for his saints. Right? They that put the trust, right? They put the trust in him. They're not going to take the job, and they're not going to take the RFID chip. You know, I can't remember the precept. We say these are the men that came out from great tribulation. Precept, I try to find that precept.
Revelation chapter 7, start at 13. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, What are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, These are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Therefore are they before the throne of Yahweh, and serve him day and night in his temple. And he that sitteth on the throne shall dwell among them. They shall hunger no more, neither thirst any more. Neither shall the sun light on them, nor any heat. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them unto living fountains of waters. And Yahweh shall wipe all tears from their eyes.
Hey, and show you, it never say these are the men that came out of a bed of roses. But these is the men that came out of peace. It said these are the men that came out of great tribulation. He's not going and just fly through and enter into the kingdom of heaven. And a lot of people are still that way, that they will just live in normalcy. They going to continue to go on with going, and then just one day, see someone up in the sky, and then a man will come again, they'll come up and love and things. It's not anything like that. They have a great tribulation to come on the earth, a great temptation. But the Lord, as he said, he got care for his elect. Like silver shall eat, shall drink, shall sing for joy. He's going to protect those that was seeking after him before.
So these men was told in white and elect. Children of Israel. Not the invitation. Revelation 19. Start at 7.
Revelation chapter 19, verse 7. Let us be glad and rejoice, and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife had made herself ready. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, for the fine linen is the righteousness of the saints.
Fine linen is righteousness and the saints. Who are the saints? Elect the children of Israel. Right? They are the saints.
After that, for you base-minded niggas out there, that white linen and white robes ain't referring to literal white. So it say you go wash your robes white in the blood of the Lamb. But, hey, you're using Yahushai. You wash because Yahushai, his blood cleanses our bodies from sin. He sacrifices them. You know? Because I want to say the words that sin is death. But thanks be to Yahweh. Let us go again now. The gift of life. Right through Yahushai Mashiach. Because Yahushua is the one that, the reason that he is life is because the wages of sin is death. And he overshadowed sin. He died for our sins. You understand that why we have mercy in him, we have grace. So all of we worthy unto death, but through Yahushua, our sins are forgiven. Not through works, because if we also go by works, all of we are going to put to death. If you break one law, you break all. You understand? And we commit sin worthy unto death. Adultery, fornication. You understand? But in Yahushua now, you will be preserved. To wash your robe, right, and make your robe white, it just means to repent. What you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans do not want to do, it just means to repent. To clean your robe, it means to take away the sin. You understand? To take away all the dirt, all the iniquity, and make yourself clean and pure. And the scripture says, be perfect even as your Father in heaven, which is perfect. So you strive for that perfection, strive to be as close to Yahushua as you could be. And then you know when you do fall short, because you will, that's where Yahushua to finish that road basically. You understand?
So going in these churches, you know, and being baptized in this water, that's not going to turn you away from iniquity.
Are you having any church?
Any church? They're in church right now. Baby church. Churches are no building. We want to find out. You know you're the Israelites? You know what the children of Israel? Trinidad, Israel is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. They are the children of the Heavenly Father. Right? They're going into idolatry, into wickedness, into witchcraft, worshiping idols. Right? And that is why we're in this low state today. Poverty, misery, we in hell. Right? So if you look around today, and watch all these businesses, who you think own them? All people? Chinese, East Indians, and the so-called white man. And you know who give them that power? Our power. Give them that wealth.
So, Mr. Lord, it's a bit, some public.
Right? That's the one piece of everything. Yes, second Tesla 2 verse 42. Bring out the one and we'll put it down.
Second Ezra chapter 7 verse 6. There is also another thing. The city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and one only part between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he shall never pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive his inheritance? And I said, It is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, Even so is Israel's portion, because for their sakes I made the world.
They to show that the Lord does deal in a small amount. So to show you the multitude of Christianity is nothing. Right? It's so scarce. To be one to pass. Right?
So he set it in a dangerous place. So they're going to be a queen and could run towards salvation. As Sirach chapter 2 verse 1 says, My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation and set thy heart aright. So you're going to have to constantly endure chastisement, peril, all sorts of things you're going to have to endure in this truth. Same way I was shy to get put to death. And eventually spit on him, they beat him, they pack crown and thorns upon his head. So crucifying, suffering God. It's the same way we had to go through the sufferings as well.
Yeah, arm ourselves likewise.
Same way the Lord get put to death. We had to get put to death as well. In various forms. But the same way I wish I rise, we would rise just the same way as well.
And they said, boost all your faith. You know? That precept, you know, I always love that. Boost all your faith. You know, just as our Lord was risen, hey, so we're going to be risen. You know, hey, we are the evidence of this. The scriptures. Scripture saying we came back in the holy when he come. It is written of him. He that believeth on the scripture, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Right? We had this truth, we had this knowledge. Right? We just about fear death. You like to die. They just fell asleep. And they're gonna be risen. Right?
Strive for truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. And that's a good point they make too with the sleep, because they just use that scare tactic on our people. They know different diseases and different viruses and say that it could kill them, and they fear death. So they run and they take your poison, whatever the case is. Put them in a state of fear. That's how you're able to control people too. By casting a fear upon them, you'll be able to control them. But you didn't put some fears, you're washing your ocean.
That man will kill both body and soul.
Second Ezra chapter 2 verse 42. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowned them, and given them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. That's it.
These are the men that stood stiffly for the name of Yahweh Hashem Yashai. They are crowned. This is why the Apostle Paul says, you know what is laid up for him. A crown of righteousness. And this is what we're seeking for the Lord mercy, for that crown of righteousness. That the Lord going to give in these last days. You know? And with that, you know, we hope it was edifying. We like to give all praises and glory unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Basham, Bakakadash. I like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, rule well. You know, and peace and salutation to the Akiams and Modu, pushing the gospel in sincerity and truth. To the brother Quara,
Kalam.
we say Shalom.